We're on, I just finished One Piece because there's only 8 episodes, and no, I'm sad.
Don't give it up.
Dip A. Hopefully I threw some kind of 4Kids One Piece bullshittery into my intro. I enjoyed it. I bet. So yeah, One Piece on Netflix was a thing, and I just, yeah, look at me. Just, yeah, it's got 8 episodes, and it was good. Review done. I think I've made this joke a few times. Shut up and get to it. I'm not editing 30 minutes, god damn it. So yeah, there's 8 episodes, and it I think it came out like last week, and I burned through 4 of them pretty fast over Labor Day weekend. Look at my fucking hair. Ooh, armpits! Also, this is my Vital bracelet. I had a Digitamamon, and then he fucking died, and now he's a baby again. Shut up! And then I watched, I think it was, fuck. No, actually, I started this series over Labor Day weekend. That just happened. And I've already gone through it all. Like, I finished the last 2 episodes just now. So, yeah, that sucks. It's gonna take, like, 2 more years, at least. And there's the fucking Screenwriters and Actors Guilds striking, and... But yeah, I would say, like, at worst, or at the very least, it was an interesting take on One Piece. And I've seen well past where they left off. I'm very fucking far behind. I keep slacking, and I started in like 2012. Well, I started when 4Kids actually brought it out, and I've just been slacking on keeping up with it. I am a 10th of the fucking way there. And my memory's bad, so I don't know entirely everything they changed. But I know they changed some things. But like, yeah, at the very least, it was an interesting take on what's come out so far. And it's definitely helping to, like, break the streak of, like, terrible fucking... fucking awful live-action anime adaptation shows that Netflix has. I hear Rurouni Kenshin's pretty good, but I don't really want to give that creator any attention. For reasons. But, like, everything else I've seen was shit. Death Note, Bleach was pretty dumb. Fullmetal Alchemist was straight ass. Once you get past the cool fight scene stuff they had going at first. But yeah, One Piece they did good. In some ways, it almost felt like a Game of Thrones kind of show. Like, a show of that caliber, I guess you could say. It didn't feel like Game of Thrones. Sometimes the intro felt a little like it. But there are cool moments where they played the theme from One Piece. Not the 4Kids one, the best one, but, you know, the original. Mostly when the Going Merry is setting sail, because spoilers, they get the Going Merry. Yeah, there's gonna be some spoilers in this. It is the review. It doesn't say spoiler-free. It says sucker-free Sunday. Shut up. Yeah, I guess I could dive deeper into it by starting with, like, characterizations. They're all pretty good. Like, the casting was great. My only real complaint about Luffy is that he's not dumb enough. He's humanized. I'm used to Luffy being just this idiot force of nature with, like, nothing behind his eyes. Unless he's in a serious moment. And this guy, he did a good job with the character, but he wasn't dumb enough. It's kind of the same with Usopp, really. The guy that played Usopp embodied him perfectly, except, again, needs to be dumber and more spastic. But that's kind of... The show in general humanizes everyone more than the anime and manga did. So they kind of, they're not watered down, but their dumber sides are toned down. They're much more realistic, I guess, in terms of how they act. So I guess Sanji seems a lot more like, or I mean, so Zoro seems more, I guess, stoic and serious and disciplined. Sanji seems a lot nicer, like a lot nicer. He's probably the most different from how he was in the original material. Still cool, but, like, very, almost more warm, way more warm-hearted, I guess you could say. Actually, Nami was a lot more like Nami. Maybe just a little more serious? But also possibly, like, the best casting out of them all. Because it was almost just a real-life meat version of Nami. And the guy that plays, Pirate Restaurant Man. Yeah, that's, yep. Oh, it is just Zeph. I should have trusted my memory. The guy that plays him, that's Gaz from the original Modern Warfare and the other similar sounding characters in the rest of the trilogy. He's all like, good news first. The restaurant's in great shape. We got ultranationalist pirates causing civil war in the East Blue with 50,000 nukes at stake. You fucking idiot. But I thought I heard the voice when he shows up, and I was like, wait. Because he does a good job sounding like a gruff pirate. It's just like subtle tweaks to his voice. And sure enough, I shit myself when I saw that. I've never seen him live action either, only heard him in those games. He's a good actor. He did a great job as Zeph. Really did a good job helping portray Sanji's origin story and the relationship. There's a touching scene when Sanji's leaving. Yeah, that was all really well done. Which reminds me, the pacing of this show is also well done. I mean, I guess episodes are about 20 minutes each. And there's 8 episodes here. And, obviously that means they're going to have to speed through a lot because the end of the season is them beating Arlong. So they definitely push through quite a bit pretty fast. They, I believe, take on everybody that Luffy deals with up to that point. There's a big change, though, with Don Krieg. There's a lot of changes in this show, even from what I remember. I found a bunch. But Don Krieg and his armada and whatever, they're kind of just dealt with pretty handily and swiftly by Mihawk, who is awesome as fuck in this. Very good casting, amazing look, might be the best representation in the show. Fucking amazing. That and Buggy. Buggy was really, really well done. I like that actor a lot. I'd almost pick him to play like the Joker if he just turned up the crazy a little more. So that was fucking... Casting in general is just amazing, but Buggy and Mihawk were great. But oddly enough, one of the changes they decided to make is having... I have to use a lot of fucking references because I don't remember anybody's name. But yeah, Vice Admiral Garp. I think he was that dog Vice Admiral in One Piece. He shows up very early on, and it's revealed he's Luffy's grandpa, and he's trying to capture Luffy because it appears that he doesn't want him to be a pirate at first, spoilers, but he hires Mihawk and sends him after him. So by the time they get to the restaurant to kind of deal with Sanji's story, they sort of skip over Don Krieg because Mihawk catches him. Mihawk is in the middle of already basically dismantling him, as Garp calls him. So no Don Krieg. Instead, it's entirely Mihawk that shows up. And the whole thing with him and Zoro happens where he fucking slashes him after beating his ass with his little cross sword first and then using the real sword just to critically injure him. That whole showdown happens and it's great. Just Don Krieg is not a part of anything. And oh yeah, Garp is Luffy's grandpa. That becomes a thing later on because you find out Garp didn't want him to become a pirate. He wanted to force him to follow his footsteps. And I mean, it explains why Luffy's so strong. Because I mean, rubber powers can only do so much. Garp is a fucking beast himself, and Garp trained him from a young age. So that kind of helps explain that. But then he keeps trying to catch him and stop him and arrest him because he wants him to not to be a pirate. And then after Arlong gets his ass kicked, the Marines show up and Garp beats Luffy's ass. And then he's like, he recognizes that Luffy is like Gold Roger, which Mihawk says at one point. And it's cool because there's a moment where Garp kind of looks up to the sky and just starts laughing because it's like Gold Roger got him one last time or something. Because he executed Gold Roger. The Gold Roger announced there was going to be a new generation of pirates. And one of them took a bite of gum gum. And then Garp beat his ass. Anyway, though, Luffy reminded Garp of Gold Roger. He starts laughing and he's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were and who you were and all that. And I was just testing you and kicking your ass. So you kind of find out that Garp wasn't entirely trying to stop Luffy or arrest him. He wanted to make sure Luffy was, sure of himself and what he wanted to do and be. So that was a cool little twist. I do like the whole relationship they created there. I thought it was weird at first, almost like CW drama bullshit, but they do it way better. It is very well done. And I especially like that final confrontation towards the end of the season. And Garp just beats ass, too. He's just fucking punching Luffy through houses and shit. And speaking of fighting and cool shit, Mihawk, when he's fucking up Don Krieg's armada, he does like an air slash that cuts his fucking boat in half. And he's just dismembering people and shit, but you mostly hear that as it's like off screen as Garp is calling him from his boat. But yeah, Mihawk's just on a beach with like explosions and pirates everywhere, and he's just single-handedly killing them. And it was the action, like that action alone was awesome. And then his sword fight with Sanji Zoro uses swords. Do you have a fucking hard time remembering that? Because, shut up. Their fight is amazing. And then Zoro versus his, like, childhood friend. That fight is really good. Like, when they're kids training. That's really well done. Whoever the fuck trained all these people did a great job. Because it is nothing like with Iron Fist, where nobody looked like they knew what they were doing, and all the martial arts was so fucking bad that I had to go watch Ip Man just to get that out of my mouth. I've been waiting years to watch Ip Man, and I was like, you know what? This shit was so bad, I gotta fucking see something with real kung fu and martial arts, and I remember a friend telling me to watch the Ip Man movies. But this was different. Everybody was fucking good. If they weren't already, like, trained in this, they did a fucking good job of not showing it. I know Sanji's actor, like, did a lot to prepare for the role, and he was fucking great, kicking the shit out of people, literally, just only fighting with his feet. Like, that was fucking sick. Luffy's mostly just kind of childish fighting and using stretch powers, but, I mean, that's Luffy. He's not a martial artist or anything. Nami does some cool shit with a bow staff here and there. Well, and then Usopp just shoots his slingshot. I wish you got to see him do more of that, but he does fucking nuke one of the fishmen by exploding a bottle of alcohol, and it just fucking kills him. Like, people definitely die in this show. Zoro's just hacking up fishmen during the fight at Arlong Park. Just, Yeah, I mean, considering I don't think they were trying to go, like, too nuts with the CGI and stuff, so they kept it budgeted, I guess. But it was, like, well done. It was good. I could watch more of that, especially with the sword stuff. I love katanas. I'm a cool guy. Armpits. But yeah, the sword fighting, do more of that, do things. Ooh, the gum like Gatling attack looked really fucking cool. Like, that was well done. Just Arlong was pretty sick. Obviously, like, the fishermen were more human sized and they don't do some of the crazier shit that they did in the anime, but that was still a cool saga. Arlong was still throwing Luffy around and fucking him up, and the final fight there was, you know, he still does, like, the gum axe or whatever and destroys Arlong's castle. That was cool. And then the cat pirate captain, he was fucking amazing too. I forgot all about him. I almost completely forgot to mention him. Tried to look up his name, and now I got a bunch of Google images of pirate cats. Kuro. How could my memory's just bad, and there's thousands of these goddamn episodes. Well, 1,000. Yeah, Kuro was awesome. Like, I mean, you don't get to see his whole captain, or his whole pirate crew show up and attack, and the fight doesn't take place on, like, that beach area where it did in the show. So that part kind of sucks. But it takes place in Kaya's mansion, but they try to make it, like, creepier. I think that's also sort of a budget thing, because they couldn't do, like, the big crew and attack and all that shit. So they fight in a mansion, and Kuro is more like a horror movie sort of guy. He's, like, sneaking around using his super speed and shit when he's fighting Luffy. But Luffy still headbutts the fuck out of him to win the fight, and he still gets scratched up a bit, just like in the anime. But yeah, really good characterization there too. Really good little saga overall. Basically, a lot of these, well, there's 8 episodes, so, like, the major sagas with each of these villains is, like, 1 episode, sometimes 2. Shut up, train! And Craig Fairbass eats his leg to save Sanji's life. Fairbrass. You forgot the R, you fucker. You claimed to like the guy. Yeah, it was, the action was really good. The backstories for each of the characters was well done, because they get into all of them. Usopp, I don't need to list them. They're in the fucking crew. If this cat doesn't leave me the fuck alone! And the CGI, like, I was worried, because I didn't know how much you'd see them at sea because of CGI costs, but, you know, there's a fair amount of it. There's a fair amount of CGI in general. They don't really skimp out that much, but they do kind of, like, you know, breeze through the stories. They're still well paced. It's just, obviously, there's a limit on number of episodes for all of that. But like I said, the characterizations were just great. More humanized versions of the outlandish people from the show. Although they kind of, you know, it's weird. They involve Baroque works early on and then just kind of don't. Because Sanji is introduced killing a motherfucker from Baroque works. And then, like I said, Garp and his crew are in there early on. along with the Axe Hand dude's son and Kobe. You see a lot more of them early on. And then by the end of the season, it hints at their training arc starting. So they kind of are around first, and then they're going to get trained. Because they refuse to arrest Luffy when they're... Like, there's a corrupt pirate dude that was working with Arlong who's trying to blame them for destroying the village that they were in. And yeah, Kobe and X-Man's son are like, no, we're not arresting them. And then at the end, Garf is like, I'll punish you by training you, because that's like punishment. So, training arc. Yay. But yeah, it's a good show. It's really fucking interesting. My only other real gripe I have is, like, it kind of darkens things a bit. It's a darker, grittier look, not necessarily a feel. It's just, it's not as colorful as the show. They're in a lot of dark areas. Kaya's mansion, Buggy is fought, like, in a big clown circus tent. Like, pretty much his whole saga takes place inside one, and it's dark. That's pretty much all I got against that. Arlong Park is pretty brown. Because one thing that always drew me into One Piece is I'm a sucker for, like, tropical stuff and bright sand and everything. And the show is kind of darkening a lot of that. And darkening my soul. But that's okay. There's still inherited will, and it's a good show. So when season 2 comes out soon. Can't really think of anything else. Set sail for one. Hey look, I'm kind of like a fat Mihawk. I don't know why I didn't think to wear this sooner. Also, I just wanted to add that, like, the ending scene where all the pirates unite and are talking about their dreams, and it shows, like, flashbacks for a lot of them. That was cool. But also the scene where Luffy says he's gonna help Nami, and she asks him for help when she's, like, carving that tattoo with a knife once Arlong betrays her. And she wants help stopping him. That was really cool. They did it at night, too. It was another kind of random change, but it was a cool recreation of that scene where everybody's like, yeah, let's do it. And then they walk away, and I don't know. I really like that. What was this on my hat? The show just had a lot of heart. It was fucking cool. It made me really want to watch more. Did I even put this on right? No, I'm a pirate. God damn it. I spent more time putting this on than filming this last part. Now I feel like the Undertaker, or like fat. So yeah, there's a lot of heart in this show, and it was just fucking awesome. Oh, also, it was kind of weird how Arlong and Buggy were, like, in cahoots and working together. But it was cool when Buggy, like, betrayed everybody and was, like, flicking them off. I think I already mentioned that. But he's like, I could help you if you get my head to my body, which is at Arlong Park. And he's, like, trolling them and shit along the way. But anyway, yeah, it was weird that they knew each other. I guess it kind of worked out. And then Zeph and Garp had a cool meeting talking about changing of the guard and whatnot. And Zeph made Garp food. This probably wasn't even worth recording this. I'm done.